Right, Woodlands Winners is back. It's Weanling Sale week. Cameron Grant, I'm going to start with you first. Hello.
G'day team, just the new face of Woodlands Stud without Mark Hughes.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Well, he's in Italy having a better time than us probably, so good on him.
And I think it's so much better to have Stacey back. The rose between the thorns. Hello, Stacey White and Stacey Markham, as I managed to get everything wrong there before. But hello to you, Stace.
Hello, Paul. Great to be back. I was wondering when I was going to get the call up again, and all it took was Mark to sort of jet off to the other side of the world. So maybe you should go there more often.
We were going to, I was going to try and get you on last week, but you had a pretty solid week, and it ended up with the parade and that. And I'll get you, both you guys' thoughts on the parade. But photos and videos, Stacey, you're all hands on deck last week, and you've done an awesome job. Photos and videos have come up sensational for the weanlings that are on offer at the minute.
Yeah, they did. I mean, it helps to have nice horses to take the photos and videos of. There's some really nice horses among the 22 weanlings that we are offering. So, yeah, it was a big week, but the team up there have done a really good job in a short space of time to get these weanlings doing what they're doing. I'm sure I would loved a couple more weeks just to get more handling and walking practice into them. But, yeah, for what they've done, they were all terrific and some really nice horses among them.
Yep, there are. And I think for starters, we've got to give big hats off to the team, because I know when I got in touch with Tony Grayland the week before when I came over, I think the day I was talking to him, he was like, oh, she was a tough day. I was there the next day, and geez, the staff do an awesome job. They get around them so well, and they just come to hand so quickly, don't they?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. When you consider some of them were only weaned probably a week, 10 days before we did the photos and videos last week. Yeah, the amount of work that goes into getting them done, I don't think people probably realise. But they do a lot of work with them when they're on their mums as well. So it probably all stems down to all of those early days and the handling that they had then.
Cam, I said to you about you said actually there before, it's a little bit easier having these online sales, but there's still a lot goes in behind the scenes, rugging on, and I suppose it probably in a way getting more messaging out there because a lot of people don't get to see them.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a funny year this year. Like, it was kind of only the last couple of 3 weeks that really all come together. Everyone was kind of assuming it was going to be in the end of June again. So you're right, the weaning just it was what it was, but everyone's come together really well. And yeah, photos and that, Stacey's done a great job, and the team up there getting them all ready for it all. So look, this is the way it's going to look moving forward. It'll be online. I can't see it ever going back to an in-person sale, but I think it's a good thing as well, because it probably gets your costs down a little bit for everyone's sake. So I'd say next year the catalogue will look a lot bigger.
Yep. Well, it's more work for the videos and that, but how was the parade day? Stacey, I'll start with you. How was the parade day look like from the photos and that I saw? It's a great crowd. The right people were there.
Yeah, absolutely. I will admit that a week out we were a little bit concerned we weren't going to get many people there. I think we'd had 3 people RSVP, and a couple of them were maybes, depending on if they got their horses worked in time. So I think we ended up with probably a good 60 people there that were there as potential buyers, which is terrific. We had, some really heavy hitters, and then even your smaller trainers that are just looking for one to add to their team. So yeah, lots of inspections were done. Everyone seemed happy, enjoyed a bit of hospitality and a chat, which is always good. A lot of debrief on what a great night of racing it was the night before at Alexandra Park. So yeah, really good. And hopefully they all saw, 2 or 3 weanlings that they liked that they'd like to add to their teams, and they'll be actively bidding in the next 7 days.
I saw, I went down to Pukekohe on the Saturday. I think it was a Saturday, Friday, doesn't matter. Each day rolled into one. No, I think it was a Friday now, I've said that. And Bernie Hackett was there, and Bernie's like, oh shit, is that Weanling Parade on this weekend? Because I was there the week earlier, which was intentional. We actually made sure we did do it intentionally. I think you're right. People just get a bit slack, don't they? So they seem to think, oh yeah, we'll just rock up and not worry, but they don't realise what goes on behind the scenes sometimes.
No, yeah, it was lucky I overcated, because I know that people get busy and they don't get a chance to RSVP, and it was quite interesting. On the Friday night, I took some wee packs around to some of the big trainers and previous buyers, and so many of them that hadn't let me know they were coming said, oh, we'll see you tomorrow. So yeah, great result to have all those extras there, and just luckily I put on a bit of extra food for them.
Yep, you always cater very well. That's the one thing I do miss, I must say, the catering over there, both yourself and Breckens. It's the way the Kiwis do it is outstanding, I must say. So anyway, that's okay. I'm jealous of a few things. So Cam, I've worked one thing out. You can type in Eva website now, because I actually went to standardbred.gavelhouse.com. But if you also, actually it's on this one here, if you just go to the NZB sale, NZB Standardbred page as well. Oh, this might not work. I might have shot myself in the foot. Okay, so you can still go to the old one there, but if you go on to the drop down, if it comes back this way, you actually click onto this, it'll actually take you straight to that Gavel House site as well. So a lot of people know how it works, Cam, but for anyone that's not aware of it, it's pretty simple and easy enough to understand. You can bid any time from now on, but bidding really hots up from next Wednesday night.
Yeah, like I said, it's pretty easy. Like I said, you just jump on the normal NZB site, you're right, or just go straight to Gavel House and you can have a look. And obviously it's live now, which is great as of today. See, there's a couple already got some bids on it, which is good. But you're right, probably more next week. There's going to be a bit more action, I guess. But yeah, like I said, photos and videos are there, so we try to do as much as we can. I know people like to see the horses, so a lot of people have seen them. But if not, you can just touch base with probably Tony or Kelly on farm to get their kind of honest opinion, because they're always very honest on what the thoughts are. And yeah, but everything's pretty well there for people to have a crack at.
Yep. And anyone wondering how it works, I just saw one of those horses. This horse here is unreserved. That's actually not one of yours. So it gets a flag if they're unreserved. And then I gather just here, lot 29, reserved Met. This is a Weanling filly down by the seaside out of Daydreams, $3,000. But it's this little flag down here. So when they're on the market, they'll get a little flag underneath. Is that how it works, Cam?
Yep, that's spot on. So yeah, once the reserve kind of gets hit, the wee flag pops up, and that's genuinely on the market. So look, I think for buyers, probably for this sale, it's going to be a little bit fluctuating on the reserves, probably nearer the time as well. So we've got some figures that we're looking at in our heads, and I say we'll probably just reassess early next week and see where the bidding's at, yeah, and go from there. So they'll be a little bit different, but they're genuinely for sale at the end of the day, like they always are through us. So certainly going to be some bargain buys, and as we've seen, some of the results from these horses on the track for very little money have been very, very good.
I think it's pretty important, like in this filly here, and once you go into them, you can see all the photos, the current bid, and then down here's their pedigree page, like what you would find on the NZB site. So you've got plenty of options there to be able to find that. It's only the second foal out of a Bettor's Delight mare. It's down by the seaside, and it's on the market at $3,000. That's crazy.
A lot cheaper than breeding it yourself, that's for sure.
Well, you can't. I mean, and Seaside's flying. That's ridiculous. What lot number was that? Lot 29. Very good. All right. Well, we'll make sure people keep on top of all that. We want to make sure that people are aware of it, and also can contact you guys for any more information. I think that's the most important part about these horses.
Oh, very much so. Like I said, for the people that haven't got a Gavel House account, I'd suggest they probably look at registering it and tidying it up. It's not hard. It's pretty simple on their website just to kind of fill in, and then you're pretty much good to bid after that. And yeah, it should be nice and easy.
Throw this one at you, Stacey. International people, it's easy enough for them to register as well. You've got Australian relatives. I quite often keep trying to claim you as an Aussie anyway, but it's easy enough for the Australians to get involved as well through the Gavel House site.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure I assume their registration's exactly the same as what a New Zealanders would be. But, you know, Cam and the team at NZB Standardbred or gavelhouse.com will be more than happy to help anyone who has any issues. But, yeah, fairly straightforward process.
It is. And I think if you went to, as a rule, if you go to upcoming sales, I haven't got that thing over the top of me. You guys can't see what I'm actually doing. But I think if you go to that, there is... yeah, sale info. So it would have there how to register would be in one of those, and also where people can get in touch. So don't just click onto the upcoming sale, the sale info, and then the news. I love this bit, guys. This is the NZB official site, but it says here featuring a selection of the very best potential racing and breeding stock on offer. The sale itself is headlined by Group 1 winners, including graduates Debbie Lincoln, Yeah Right, Dale, Fugitive, Artie by the Seaside, and Christopher Dance. or every one of those is by a Woodland sire. I mean, that's how you guys support them. Quite a few of those. One, two. Am I right in saying only 2 of those you guys actually bred? I might be wrong, but
No, they're
all
all
of them.
Woodlands.
all Woodland bred.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very good. That's even better. And then you put on top of that, copy that and my hard copy. Like, I mean, you guys have supported it. It is not like some people think, oh, they're just getting rid of the ones they don't want to send to a sale. That's not actually how this works.
No, we've always tried to put in some really nice horses into the Weanling Sale, and I mean, there's probably a lot of fillies that are going through the sale, but that's just what happened that year. We just happened to have more fillies than colts. But yeah, there's definitely no rules as to what goes in each sale. They just look for types that might be better Weanling Sale types sometimes, as opposed to ones that might need a bit more time to sort of mature for the yearling sales. Yeah, combination of decisions go into picking which ones go to which sale, but yeah, there's absolutely no rules. And I mean, like the horses that you just rattled off then, the Weanling Sales probably produce just as many, if not more, Group 1 winners than our yearling draft.
Yeah, absolutely. And they don't come much better than copy that, I must say. And that was before it was the NZB sale, but you're still a Weanling graduate. Was he 4,000? And my hard copy was, one was 4 and one was 8, I think, from memory, or 8 and 11 or something like that. They weren't expensive horses, I know that.
Yeah, no, they were cheap. I think copy that was 7 and my hard copy was 4.5 from memory.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
some real bargains.
Is there one out of copy that's family in this sale?
No,
that's okay. I wasn't sure then. Which ones took your eye, Stace? I'll throw you under the bus a little bit. Which ones took your eye when you're taking the photos? Cam, don't worry, you don't get out of it easy either, so I'll get you in a sec. But was there one that really, when you do a photo and on a video, and that took your eye?
Well, I think one that is hard not to take anybody's eye is the chestnut of the draft. A Sweet Lou colt out of a Better's Delight mare. It's a daughter of Galleon Supreme, so the Spanish Armada, you know, that tried and true Woodlands family that's done a super job. He's pretty eye-catching. He's got the big white blaze and a bit of presence about him. So he's one that I'm sure many people will see and he'll take their attention on that Gavel House homepage. But I'm also a sucker for trotters, so there's some really nice trotters in the draft. By What the Hill, we also have a couple of King of the Norths as well, but particularly liked the last lot from our draft, the What the Hill colt out of Miss Pegasus. So yeah, bred on Golden Cross if you want to bet and win.
Yep. Oh, well, it is. And it's actually the last, I think the three of your last lot of the sales are all very similar family lines, aren't they? 42, 44 and 45 are all along that same line. But I did actually have a look at 45 and it's a cracker, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's I wouldn't say he's a little bit hot. He's got a little bit to learn, but he hasn't, like I say, they're still sort of learning their craft a little bit. So he was actually pretty good on parade day. It was all a bit overwhelming for them, but he paraded out pretty good. But yeah, just one of those horses you look at and think he's a really nice little type that should develop into a really nice horse. But I think, yeah, the last 3 of our lots are all What the Hills out of either sisters or daughters of. So luckily, What the Hell, we had a good run there. He got 2 sisters and one of their daughters in the same year. So
and I think Tailored Elegance has got another one going. Oh, one the other day. Actually, it was one of Brecon Farms. It won over here last week in Geelong, actually. So I did see that horse. Which one was a chestnut? There he is there. Last Centre Eater. I found him. I couldn't find him when I was flicking through before. It's quite interesting. This horse there's been a lot of people talking about this horse, and there was a lot of debate whether the farm has ever had a chestnut, and but he's a ripper, isn't he? And I have seen him in person, this horse, and he's a beautiful type, not just in colour and the bling.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to be a bigger horse, but the whole family sort of are big horses. But he he seems quite laid back and has a cool attitude. I don't know if anyone's into the white spots. Some people seem to think they're lucky. I think it's more of a Chinese thing, but you can sort of see up on the top of his back, he's got a bit of white
there
spot right on the top there, and then under his lip he's got a little bit of a white as well. So yeah, whether that means he's going to be lucky, I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, there. Should be able to blow this up,
Yeah.
but it won't actually let me blow it up for some reason. Every time I touch anything, it's going the wrong way. Net. Oh, no, it'll only do it once.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Might put it on your phone.
Get on your tablet and just be able to pinch it is the best way to do it, and you'll be able to get it out from there. There is one other one. The Stacey actually has, anyone that does like their bling, I'm pretty sure it was the Stacey, was it not one of the early ones?
Toledo, I think.
It's got a white birthmark under its belly as well.
Oh,
and it's like
I thought you meant on the face.
Yeah, he's got one under his belly as well, and it's like a star on him. I saw it, and actually Andrew was there the day that I was there looking at him, and Tony was very impressed with it to be able to show him it. I think it was a Stacey, but I might have that wrong. Someone might correct me on it, but anyway, yeah, it was a nice type, but it definitely has that little bit of bling as well. Cam, yourself, who took your eye?
Look, they're all nice enough horses. If I was buying anything, lot 28, I quite like the Sweet Lou Zanier colt. He's just a nice little black colt. Not a big horse, but he was a bit of meat. He was all right. And
He's a nice type, isn't he?
Yeah, like you say, not a big horse, but it's a nice family, that Copper Beach family at the end of the day. They've done a great job. So he was probably the colt for me, not that we have many colts in the draft. And lot 30 was the other one I liked. So if I was bidding, I'd be trying to get two out of the three lots. First foal, Sweet Lou filly out of a full sister to Jack's Legend. So yeah, look, nice enough family, and I quite liked her type. I thought she's got a bit of scope to her. So yeah, like I said, new to Woodlands, that family, but yeah, it's a bit of me.
I was going to say that Joanna's Delight is a family over here in Australia. Yeah, Joanna's Delight. What's his name? Danny Zavazanis actually raced her and has got a couple out of that family that are going very good as well. So it's a good family, that family, actually, Kim. Very good call.
Yeah, so they're probably my couple. But there's the good thing about the weanling sale at the end of the day is there's something there for everyone, I think, at kind of every budget. So yeah, like I said, they're genuinely there for sale, and out of some stallions that are doing a very, very good job. And just look, I said, Woodlands from a vendor point of view, they've just had a lot of success in the last while with all their progeny. So you couldn't argue with that.
Yeah, there's one horse I want to highlight. I want to ask you another question in a sec, Stacey. Don't worry, you don't get out of it that easy. But this is a horse we've actually highlighted a couple of times over the journey, and this is a horse called All Over. It's very cleverly named when you think that it's by Lather Up, and you got the opportunity of purchasing a couple of Lather Ups here in this sale. But off a small crop of horses, he's doing an amazing job. For the Kiwis, this horse is 3 from 3. He's back here with Keith Cochin's colours, Alex Ashwood in the cart. Zero, I want to show this part because he had zero hesitation. This was a short price favourite of Emma Stewart's that had a couple of nice trials and started very short, which their horses do. They always start under the markets anyway. But it was pretty impressive. I went one bit too far. He's just sat parked, he's settled, and right about here is where it really starts to ramp up. Alex Ashwood, I'll throw to you, Cam, but just the confidence. He just went straight up to Pity and just said, "No, mate, you're not going to walk anymore." 27-1 down the back, and they zip home in 28. It was impressive, Cam.
Yeah, look, it's quite satisfying watching the old Lather Up like this. And as we said, out of that sports right across, look, he's just done such a nice job. This horse, to me, looks very green still. You know, he's a bit kind of gawky and all over the show. And you're right, not too many people go up to an Emma Stewart horse and give it to them like that. But he's done that arrogantly, and he's just put it to the sword and said, "See you later." So, like I said, I think this horse has got a lot of scope, 3 for 3 now. And if he's won that very, very easily, and it looks like quite a big horse too. So
he's a brute. I did see him at Shepparton, and he's big. And anyone wondering about that shadow roll, it's about 4 inches thick. That shadow roll, it's massive. It's as Stacey's left us, I think she's on child duties, but that's okay. It's a massive.
I've run out of battery. I'm just trying to find my charger.
Unbelievable. I'll tell you, you're organised. She was the first one logged in, and she hasn't got it charged, but that's okay. But he's just. But the thing I really liked about him, Cam, just floated through the line, like just a very nice horse, and just really found the line terrific. And as I said, he's 3 from 3, bred by Bruce Edwards, who's a great supporter of Woodlands over here as well. And he's got a pretty exciting future, this horse.
I think so. And I think Mark Hughes, if he's listening, which he will be listening because he always tunes in, even though he's in Italy, living the dream, loves a drive-by. So I think it's always nice. So the ride high was the $1.25 shot. And, you know, this horse has just given it to him. So Mark will be very, very happy.
I thought today's show was going to be drive-by free. But no,
Oh no,
we
Mark
can't
would
have
love
that.
it. I think Mark's going to enjoy a drive. So I'll expect a message on the WhatsApp chat a little bit later when this is up.
We will know when he wins. But I think, Latherup's doing an awesome job. I didn't look his stats up. I should have looked them up before I did this. I'll actually do it right now. But just continues to leave nice horses right across the thing. I was talking to Karen Manning yesterday. She drove Soap and Bubbles. I think she's driving it on. It's another horse, won't be on anyone's radars. It's not a marketplace. We've got the chocolates. Just awesome horses that just continue to deliver for people and not outlaying a huge amount of money to purchase them.
Yeah, absolutely. And can I just say, I went out on farm the other day with Tony and got Lather up. I went up to him in the paddock because I thought, right, this is a good time to come and see you, just an off season, and took his cover off and whatnot. And he's let down like a real horse now. Like some of these racehorses take a little bit of time to really let down into a stallion, but geez, he is a brute. And he comes across a little bit smaller on his photos sometimes, but he'd be 15.3. He's a good size horse and he's an absolute bull. So, and just the nature of him, unbelievable. So I
get into trouble because I quite often call him Little because when he went, I keep rubbing people's nose in it, but I was lucky enough to see him through COVID and other people didn't. And you think he's just little bit, it's just to look at him, but he's all horse. And his stats here in Australia are outstanding. He's had 56 to the races and 35 of those have won, averaging 21,000. This is a $4,000 service fee, $5,000 service fee. People got to realise he's only had just under 180 live foals. I think 80 of those aren't old enough to race, and I think there's another 30 on top of that. So he's probably only had probably at most about 80 that could have raced. I should work that out better one day, but he hasn't had that many. The 2-year-olds can race now, but there's not too many of those up and about. So he's just doing an awesome job, and there's the opportunity there, but also get your mares into him next year as well. I think it's pretty important for that part as well. So Stace. What was I going to ask you? Oh, no, we'll leave that part to the last bit. That is okay. Addington last week. Oh, you were at Auckland, but Addington Stace last week. Great to see Marketplace back. Fair to say it was a pretty boring little race, but great to see him back winning again. The son of Better Light. He's just awesome, isn't he?
Oh, he is. Wouldn't you love to own a little piece of him? But it is a shame that we're not going to have the Got the Chocolates Marketplace battle again for a little while yet, but I know what it's like to head to Queensland over that winter carnival, so I can definitely see the appeal to take him there, and can't wait to see how he measures up over there.
And that's one of the reasons that Got the Chocolates is not going, and it's not just Marketplace, like there's quite a few other horses, but he's like, Johnny said, well, we'll just stay home. Like, it's quite interesting how they're now mapping their races out. It's awesome for New Zealand racing, full stop, but great to just see the little man back winning.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And a great night for bettors. I think he picked up 4 on that card down at Addington on Friday night. And the 2-year-old was a very small field, but gosh, it was a good finish.
It was ridiculous. It was like, I thought, why have they got a 3-horse race on a Friday night prime time and all the rest? It was probably the race of the night when you're watching them horses go up the straight. It was just breathtaking.
Oh, yeah, they were nose for nose. Any of them looked like they could have won it even 100 metres out. So, really exciting. And I mean, bettors picked up the Quinella, and that just sort of continues to leave horses at all age groups and, just getting the job done still. But, very exciting finish.
Yeah, well, he was a 1-2. I think he 1-2 the last as well, first, second, which is, a feat that he's done so many times. But, he's awesome. There's one other horse. I haven't got the video up for it, but a little horse by Sweet Lou called Pocket Dial. It's quite interesting because Michael Hawke trains it. Mick Boots owns a share in it. I wonder if it was just a pocket call that maybe Bootsy either bought the horse or gave it to them, but he's 2 from 2 over here, and just a smaller trainer doing an awesome job. It's only had 5 starts now and won 2 of those. Won at Young last night and actually won the Campbell's Comments 2-year-old pace at Wagga the week before. So don't worry, I keep on top of a lot of these things, but no, really nice horse. And I'm going to try and find out about the name because I reckon there might be a bit more into that name than meets the eye. I'm the king of pocket dialing people, I must say. So there could be a very good reason for it. And the only other one I wanted to give a shout out to, there's none of those available in the Weanling sales, but American Ideal, he won 2 races on Saturday night, at Melton with Son of Mac, and a horse called Ideal Bandit that's had his fair share of injuries. He's had Shane Sanderson, a lot of people will know him. He's a really nice horse to keep an eye on. But there was a 2-year-old stepped out at Oyen of all places in a 2- and 3-year-old race called El's Choice. And sometimes, Stacey, I reckon we measure this race, this racing game off winners and things like that. This horse had his first start and was super impressive. He just walked and won. But I forgot, Ian Watson actually bred the horse with his wife. His wife since passed away. It won on Mother's Day. Her birthday was about 2 weeks earlier. The scenes afterwards was just awesome. I'm going to keep cheering for this horse, El's Choice. I just hope he keeps winning and going terrific. And her name was Alison, so it's actually named after her. They just, being a boy, they had to do it. But we do the game wrong sometimes, don't we, Stacey?
100%. And I think a lot of people, like we all in the industry, understand, big wins are terrific, but so many of those small wins have such great stories behind them, and a lot of emotion comes with that sort of thing. I obviously hadn't heard that story before until you've just said it now, but yeah, how terrific is that? And how lucky are we to have a sport where you can remember people so fondly through horses that you're racing. Just a terrific story. That's really nice.
Luke, the son, drove the horse, and Luke's, typical male, hard-nosed. He said, lucky I got the dark shades on, but I actually gave him up. There was tears coming down when he returned to scale. So it just means so much, and it's just a cool story, and hopefully it becomes to be a superstar. It might be, but just a story behind it. Stace, the question for you, take your hat off now as a trainer. You are a trainer, I don't know. Are you actually a partnership, you and David, or is he on his own?
My name's on the partnership, yeah.
Very good. That's good, because when you do a lot of the work, don't worry, you don't have to physically do all the work to be a part of the trainer. How do you go selecting with the weanling sales? Did you find yourself the other day taking photos and then looking at them? Was it a bit tricky for you?
Yeah, it's always a bit tricky. David's always asking me which ones I liked, but when you're in the moment, you're just trying to get the job done as good as you can, so you don't really have a chance to really analyze each of the individual horses. But definitely you get to sort of know their mannerisms and things a little bit more when you are getting those behind the scenes chances, taking the photos and how they handle the whole experience of it all, and how they're working with the people. So it's hard not to sort of look at them as potential horses that we might look to buy, and who knows, we might pop up in some of the bidding of some of the horses.
Do you find, and I'll actually say it was the Abbeydam Farms, it was the Dance Craze filly, Walner filly this year. When I videoed her and I was watching her video, I was like, oh, look at this. And then when you come back and do the video, you're a little bit deflated because the video doesn't do the horse justice. Have you found that as well? Like sometimes you're just like, oh, I like this horse. And then when you're putting the video together, you're like, oh, this just doesn't have the same pizzazz when you see them live. It's so different, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And, we are so fortunate with technology these days that you can have the full range of photos and videos, but there is nothing that beats seeing them in the flesh and getting to have a really good look at them yourself. But yeah, that definitely is a thing, because you can't capture that presence on the camera all the time. So yeah, I 100% understand that.
Yeah, and the flip side, I know I did another horse straight after her. It was, I can't think of where it was bred, and its video come up even better. And I was like, oh, that's even better. But it was a lovely filly as well. So it is quite a strange one. Right, guys. I haven't got the photo of it actually, Stace, but I love the fact about the weanling packs as well. Great initiative, going them out. I was talking to you yesterday. You were at Ashburton Trials, making sure people are aware of it, thinking outside the square, which is what Woodlands always seem to do. So the weanlings pack, just trying to encourage people to looking forward. I don't like the fact that there was a beanie in there. I can see the sunshine belting in behind you both, but I mean, the beanie is a bad sign of what's to come, that's for sure.
Yeah, we just sort of thought, we love having the marquee at Karaka there and hosting as many clients, buyers, breeders, anyone and everyone. And obviously we're not going to get the chance to do that in this weanling sale. So we sort of thought, why not sort of send everybody a little bit of a reminder that the sale's on, but also a little thanks. We sent them out to a bunch of, previous buyers, the bigger trainers and things. And it was also a chance, Friday night at Alexandra Park, Ashburton races Sunday, and then trials yesterday, and then we'll get to Addington this week as well. Just have a chat to people, see how they're feeling about the sale. And yeah, there's quite a few people are definitely keeping an eye on it. So hopefully that's going to bode well for the results that we're going to see next week.
That's the pack there. I like these little things down the bottom. You said you were going to send me a booklet. I actually like those little Frero Rochers. Don't worry, I'm pretty partial to those. So yeah, I worked out how you sent it to me, and then I was like, oh, hang on, I might be able to get that up. But I just think that's cool, and keep raising the bar. People want to keep doing things differently, which is what Woodlands do.
Yeah, and I mean they and understandably so, they weren't going to send out a printed catalogue to people this time for the sale. They did print some off and they've been handing them around, but we sort of thought, why not front foot it a little bit and give people a hard copy. So yeah, in the wee booklet there's all the pedigrees of each of our lots in there for people to have a look at.
Cam, you'll answer the phone all week. I'm sure you'll be fielding questions about a lot of these guys straight away from now on. You're available on the phone, but so is the whole team. Tony and Kelly. Almost forgot Kel's name. But Tony and Kelly are there as well. I'll try and put all the phone numbers up at the end, but more than happy to field phone calls, especially from the Aussies, Cam.
Oh, very much so. Like I said, just ring anyone up from the team and we can give you the honest feedback on these horses, and just anything you need to know, or any extra kind of videos or photos. I'm sure they can kind of sneak them up on farm if need be.
And for one of you, I don't know which one of you want to answer this, but they can be vetted. Andrew is a vet. Andrew Grissom obviously is a vet. But if you don't want to use Andrew, there won't be an insult there by any stretch, will it? They were able to bring their own vets in and get them vetted?
It'd be hard to use him at the moment because he's, I think he's in Ohio or Kentucky or somewhere. So he won't be usable. But yes, you can get them vetted by anyone else.
That's a very good answer, Cameron. So that actually worked that one out very, very well. I like that. So yeah. All right, guys. Thank you. As I said, it's a weanling show basically this week. 22 weanlings up for. Is still 22. None of ours are out, or none of Woodlands are out.
Yeah,
No.
still 22.
I think there's 7 trotters, 6 colts. So you can work the rest out from that. 6 colts, 16 fillies, 7 trotters, which means 15 paces. So yeah, got all of that. He's on camera. Stacey, he's a little photo bomber. I can't see. I'm pointing to him behind, but you can see a little hand going up in the background. He's been on the show a few times, so don't worry about that. There he is again. Hello, mate. He doesn't know. He doesn't again this time. Don't worry about that. Thank you very much, guys. Stace, you're coming back on. Don't worry about that. Hughesy, he can stay over in Italy or wherever he is and enjoy the sunshine. But you're back next week. Don't worry about that.
I don't think Mark will complain about having to stay over there at all. No. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you. And thanks, Cam.
Thank you very much.